The question right now on a lot of traders' mind, a lot of investors' mind, is now a good time to buy Bitcoin. It makes a lot of sense. People are seeing and watching Bitcoin climb all the way towards $18,000, $19,000 and doing it over a period of a couple of months. Bitcoin is up about 85% in the past 2 months. Now, everyone here on Conquering the Markets, everyone who's been following the channel, that was exactly what we expected. You remember coming back in September, price was trading somewhere around $10,000. Jordan, does your price prediction of 18,000 by year end still stand? Of course it does. We're following a model here and everything is working out exactly according to plan. But what we need to focus on right now, the question that a lot of people ask, is right now the right time to buy Bitcoin? Look, we're going to answer that question. We're going to make it very simple and very clear. The first thing that I want to suggest to you is go over to the playlist on the channel and make sure you watch this Bitcoin playlist, especially the top video, 3 ways to trade Bitcoin during the bull market phase. Now, not only that video, you have to go down in order and you have to watch all of these videos because as you do that, you're going to have a better understanding of the 4-year cycle. You see over here, these are the halving events. These 4 years are the halvings, the 4-year cycle of Bitcoin. You're going to have a better understanding of the 4-year cycle than anyone you walk into a room with. It is absolutely essential right now, as you ask the question, is now a good time to buy Bitcoin? And I tell you what, it's going to depend a lot on what your time preference is. Let's go back and answer that as simply as possible. Right now, Bitcoin is trading at $18,500. This is the stock to flow model. You could see over here, this is the first over here. This is the first 4-year cycle. That's price in the first 4-year cycle. This blue line over here, this bright blue line is the second 4-year cycle. And this red one is the third. You could see right now that price currently is playing out mid-cycle. It's about a cross between the first 2 cycles. And guess what? We're coming towards the part of the cycle where we have a pullback. Okay, where we do have a pullback. Now watch over here. When I talk about it depends on what exactly is your time preference. We're currently over here, right? We're 6 months past the halving. What happens 6 months past the halving? You could see that we're getting close to a bit of a drawdown, a pullback. It's healthy. Expect it. It is coming. When exactly it's coming, nobody knows. I personally expect it anywhere between 18,000 and 21,000. We're getting close. Now, here's what I want you to focus on. What happens afterwards when I talk about what your time preference is. Look over here as we go towards light orange into orange. And then as we approach yellow. By the way, those colors are the amount of months to the next halving. Right now, we're right over here where my mouse is. We're about 6 months in to the 6 months since the last halving, right? And we have 34 more months to go to the next halving. So if you're asking of whether or not you should buy Bitcoin, it depends on what type of position you are in. Those following the channel have been fully positioned into Bitcoin ever since about $9,000, $8,000, $10,000, right? If you're not yet fully positioned into Bitcoin, or you don't yet own Bitcoin, but you would like to as you see what's going on, right? You have to ask yourself, right? Where do I expect Bitcoin's going to be 3, 4, 6, 8 months from now? And it's significantly higher. We're right over here right now, and we're about to enter this stage. It's in the first quarter of 2021 where we're really going to see Bitcoin start to rocket. And it's going to be in the second and third quarter where things really go crazy to the upside if everything goes according to the plan. So if you're saying right now, Jordan, I'm a long-term investor. I really don't want to try to time it. Do you think, right? These are the questions you're asking yourself. Do I think that Bitcoin is going to be significantly higher, whether it's 3, 6, or 9 months from now? My opinion on that is absolutely yes. Now, there's always risk. Bitcoin could go to 0, right? Before you make any investment, make sure you understand the 4-year cycle. This is a fantastic place to start over here on the channel itself, on the Bitcoin playlist. One of the best resources I know of. Now, if you're fully positioned into Bitcoin, should you be looking to enter Bitcoin? Or if you are looking to actually try and time your entry, is now a good time to enter Bitcoin? And I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think that we're getting ready here for a pullback. No, I don't know. It's possible that it doesn't happen. It's possible that we take out the all-time high, right? I'm not going to get into reasons why. Everyone sees public companies buying, funds, institutions. Could that help this go parabolic at this point? PayPal, retail, right? PayPal, by the way, right now, ever since they started offering Bitcoin to their clients, 280 million clients, is accounting for 70% of all the mined Bitcoin since they started offering it. Square, Cash App, covers the rest of all the mined Bitcoin. Grayscale, GBTC in the public markets, what about them? There's a Bitcoin shortage right now. There's no question about it. Nevertheless, markets are markets. Price discovery is price discovery. I'm expecting a pullback right now. I don't think it's the safe time to enter. Keep in mind, price is up in 2 months, almost 100%. It's up about 85% in 2 months. This is exactly where I was expecting the pullback. If you go back to last cycle, this is where we are right here in the 4-year cycle. And as we approached all-time highs, we had a pullback, right? Is it possible? I'm expecting one. If you're trying to time the market right now, I would be looking whether you're trying to take your first initial position, and if you don't own any Bitcoin and you're really looking for a longer term trade here, is now a good time to buy Bitcoin? Look where we are right now. You see this red dot right here, 6 months in, this is where we are. This is where we expect to be going, right? Look over here. Obviously, a lot higher, right? However, I do think we're going to see a pullback. I think it's going to be approximately 30%. And whether that happens here now today, that, by the way, that would take you down right now, testing the breakout over here, right around here, right here, 13,000, call it 400, more or less, 13,500. Technically, that's a great spot. You got major support over here, coming horizontally right over there from the last swing high, the Heath line over here, and then over here as well. We have this area over here. This was all resistance. It's now support. It now should be support. That's a fantastic place to look. If Bitcoin trades up to $30,000 without pulling back and then has a 30% pullback, it would take you down to roughly 21,000. I think that's a better entry than over here at 18,500 from my perspective. Again, it depends on what your horizon is. It depends on how fully invested into Bitcoin you're right now. If you have your full position on in Bitcoin, you're not looking to add up here. You're simply waiting for the first pullback. If you don't have any Bitcoin, if you have a higher time preference at this point in the cycle, it seems like a good time to buy Bitcoin. Share your thoughts below. Let me know what you're thinking. I'll talk to you soon.